Here we go. All right, welcome everyone. We are so excited to spend a few minutes with you this evening. My name is Whitney Ward. I'm here with three of my beautiful friends and some guests we're so excited to have here with us. Tonight, you're going to have the privilege and honor of hearing the incredible stories of how Plexus has blessed our lives from Tava Peterson, Christine Terry, and Janelle Wist. And if we have any time, I'll share my story briefly at the end as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mute everyone, if that's okay, just so we have nice, clear sound. And we'll try to save some time at the end for Q&A, okay? So we're so grateful you're here with us, and we wanna make sure that you get all your questions answered. And we hope to inspire you with our real life stories of how these products and this opportunity possibly have been absolutely life-changing for us. So we're going to first off hear from Janelle Wist, and she is going to share her story with you and highlight a couple products. And then we'll turn it over to Tava, and you'll get to hear from her for a few minutes. And last but not least, Christy. We'll also be highlighting a couple products, and then I will close us out and then do some Q&A with you, okay? So let's not waste any time jumping in. Let's go ahead and hand the mic over to Janelle, shall we?
Hey guys, I'm Janelle. It's been actually a while since I have shared my story, so I'm really excited for Whitney to ask me and for this opportunity to be reminded why I love these products and why I share. So it's been a few years now, which is crazy. 3 years ago, I was in this place where I had horrible stomach aches, horrible tummy issues. I would throw up about, honestly, like 60 times a year. It was excessive and not normal. And I went to doctors and nobody had answers, which was really, really unfortunate because I thought if anyone had answers, it'd be doctors. And honestly, they didn't give me anything. So I was just told that I had a sensitive stomach and then I had to live with it. And I was very sad about that because I wasn't the person that I wanted to be, because it would make me stay in bed and all these other issues. Well, I had a very, intuitive husband that had a friend that shared about Plexus, and that's where my journey began. At that time, I was 4 months post-baby, and so I was super nervous about the products. I wanted to make sure it was something that was healthy for myself and my baby, and I thought it was just this pink drink to lose weight, and I was like, nope. But I'm sure people have felt that way before, but you know what? What I found is when I did a little bit of research, I listened to some of my friends. Whitney Ward was one of the people that told me about these products, and I learned that these were clean, plant-based, and healthy for my baby too, and me. So, guys, severe tummy issues. I had so many other issues that I thought was just part of getting older. So I took naps every day. I had severe PMS too. Not only was I getting sick with my periods, but I was getting sick with my, with my stomach issues, but I was getting sick with my periods. Horrible pain. That was in bed for 2 days for that. I had dandruff. I had infertility, and I thought that was just something that I had to deal with. I can name a bunch of things. Like I had crazy dairy addictions, crazy sugar addictions. I ate ice cream every night, like all things that I thought was just like me. That was me, and that's something that I had to deal with. Well, Plexus came into my life, and it completely changed everything. Within 3 months of starting the products, I hadn't suffered with any bloating, any tummy issues. It's been 3 years since I've thrown up, which is crazy when you go pretty much your whole life throwing up all the time. One of the big things is I have zero, you guys, PMS pain on my periods. You guys, I have an undiagnosed, the doctors say I have endometriosis, but I've never been scoped. And so I have severe periods, but now I have zero. So another amazing thing happened, which I usually get really touched about, is 5 months into my journey, my husband got diagnosed with cancer, and he had stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma. So he had to go through chemotherapy and the whole like treatment, and it was scary. Like, we were unsure sometimes if he was going to literally survive. And so I was so grateful that we had these Plexus products for him too. Not only because I needed them, because I needed them to survive in order to take care of my husband, because at that state of where I was before pre-Plexus, there's no way I could have taken care of him. But it also did so much for him in going through chemotherapy and supporting him through that with his immune system and all these, and just giving him the nutrients that he needed. So during his chemo, before he started, we were told by the doctors that we had to decide if we wanted to continue to have children, because there were 2 drugs that would make him infertile. Well, it was a super high chance. They said 85% chance that he would go infertile. So I had infertility issues. We had already had 3 amazing boys, and I thought, you know what? This is my life. I'm happy. We have 3 amazing children. We're not going to spend the extra money. Not only that, because we didn't even have the money to do that at the time. And so we decided that our 3 boys was something that we would just, love and be happy for, and we would just go through this journey, because I had no idea what was going to happen. Well, after his chemo, he did 8 months of chemo. About 8 months after that, we found out we were having our 4th boy. So 9 months later, we had our 4th boy. Guys, I thought I had issues with infertility. Little did I know, I just had hormone imbalances, and my body just really needed to get balanced. I mean, I really truly believe that, God above, Heavenly Father, really put these products in my life to balance my body, because there's no way in the state of what was going on would we be healthy enough to be able to, conceive a baby and, grow a baby healthy. It's just amazing to me that something like that happened. As you can see, we have 4 boys, and all my children take Plexus. They have, I can't say enough how much Plexus has blessed my life. Cancer, infertility, stomach issues, it has been such a blessing. And the reason why, and I'm going to actually transition now into some amazing products. So I'm going to be talking about 2 products that have been life-changing for me too. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the ProBio 5. So did you know that 80% of your immune system starts in your gut? And that if you want to strengthen your immune system, do you know what you need? Is probiotics. But guess what? ProBio 5 is not just a good probiotic. It actually has 5 strains of good bacteria, 4 digestive enzymes, and has vitamin B6, vitamin C, it has antifungals. Seriously, good stuff in this probiotic. It's kind of like a supercharged probiotic because it has so much more than just that. So I don't know if you know this, but when your yeast overgrows in your stomach, it grows like this really hard shell, and it's so hard to break down, which is why typically when people use regular probiotics, just plain probiotics, it doesn't really do that much. And we have actually an antifungal enzyme in here, an actual enzyme that breaks down that shell so that the good cultures can come in and feed that intestinal wall. So like I said, most probiotics on the market activate when they get to your mouth. And so that's a problem because we need it to activate when it's in our tummy, in our intestinal tract and in our gut. So we actually have an amazing activated system where I'm not going to get into technical terms, but it has a capsule that's perfectly goes down and opens up in the right place. And guys, that is so important. It's freeze dried, it's not refrigerated, so it actually can get to where it's supposed to be properly, which is so important. So the ProBio 5, I'm telling you, this probably is my life-changing product. I had tummy issues. It helps. If you ever Google any of the issues that you struggle with, like Google that and gut health and see if they're connected, and this product will be life-changing for you. So next one. So I want to talk about magnesium. So magnesium is linked to 300 of your body's processes. And did you know that it is estimated that 85% of people are deficient in magnesium? And you can Google what magnesium deficiency does. There's like lists of health issues, so many. So, but why it's important is pretty much why people are deficient is because, you know, the majority of our food contains like synthetic sugar. And did you know that every molecule of sugar, it takes 54 molecules of magnesium? So if you have like a sugary drink, a soda, or tea, that depletes your daily magnesium. So if you're not supplementing magnesium, you need to. It's so, so important. So, but this one is not just a plain magnesium supplement. It also has so many added benefits too. So not only does it help clear all the toxins and pathogens and all the yucky stuff out of you and get it out of you, it also oxygenates your cells. It helps promote collagen. It helps your body be alkaline. You guys, not only that does the ProBio 5 kill all that nasty junk, the BioCleanse comes and sweeps it all out. So if you were like me and you were going way too much, this BioCleanse, this cleanse word can scare you, which it horrified me. And so I made the mistake of not taking a full dose the first little while of me trying Plexus. When I started a full dose of this ProBio or BioCleanse, it literally changed everything when it came to my hormones and my period. I really truly believe that this is such a huge added benefit and does so much more than what we think of just clearing out the junk. It adds so much more health benefits. They work so well together. So a little 1-2 combo. So thanks so much. I really appreciate you guys listening to my story, and we're going to turn it over to Tava. Oh, she has an amazing story. You're just going to love it. Unmute yourself, Tava. Unmute.
Okay. All right. I'll try to tell the fast version of my story. I was diagnosed 15, 16 years ago with rheumatoid arthritis, and I thought ran in my family. My mom passed away from a very severe case of it, and so I thought I would be crippled and in a wheelchair, all those things. So, but I did okay for a while, and then about 6 years ago, I had a major health crisis, and my cholesterol shot up. I had to have a hysterectomy. I had high blood pressure. I gained a ton of weight. All these things kind of combined to suddenly mean that I was on lots and lots and lots of prescriptions, and I was feeling really sick. So I had always battled fatigue and achy joints and headaches and things like that, and I spent lots of money on anti-inflammatories and Advil. I ate like candy, and actually had a doctor tell me that I had had my lifetime fill of NSAIDs and I couldn't take any more. So the rheumatologist, you know, just kept changing my medications to try to help my stomach not be eaten alive. Anyway, as I was, you know, the doctors kept telling me I needed to lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. And I thought that would be the solution to all of my health problems. And so I saw Janelle, who just talked to you, losing weight. And I wasn't paying attention to anything else she was saying. So I decided I was going to do Plexus because maybe that would be my answer for losing weight. And so I contacted her and said, sign me up. And I started on the triplex, and I didn't lose 1 pound for a long time. So, but other really good things were happening. My bathroom habits were improving immensely, like a ton. And I started sleeping better, and I started having more energy. I didn't have to get into bed every day, multiple times, take naps. I started not craving Diet Coke, which I lived on to try to get through my day. So there were lots of good things happening. And I started paying attention to gut health, and I started to learn more about what was happening. And I learned that autoimmune diseases are directly tied to your gut health. And man, it just opened up a whole new world for me and how our bodies work. So a few months into my journey, I read about this amazing product right here called Ease. And I decided that I was going to do it because what this is a natural anti-inflammatory, and inflammation was my enemy. I needed help with inflammation. And so I started taking Ease, loaded dose. I took 9 pills a day, 3 in the morning, 3 at noon, and 3 before bed. And I started to notice that this is about 3 weeks into it, not the first day, but about 3 weeks or 4 weeks into it, I started to notice that I got up in the morning and I could stand up straight right away. I didn't have to walk hunched over to the bathroom. My feet weren't killing me. My rings would fit. I could make a fist with my hands. A knee that I had had surgery on, and the swelling never went down, was suddenly decreasing in size. I could straighten my leg. And I was noticing huge benefits from this. And I went into my rheumatologist for my regular appointment and had a blood test. And my inflammation rate had decreased by like tons. It went from the high teens down to a 6. And that was huge because none of the prescriptions or drugs that I was on had done that for me. So I am a total believer in Ease. And the other thing it did is I started losing weight finally when I added this to Triplex. So I'm just going to tell you really quickly what's in here. There are 4 really powerful natural anti-inflammatories. There's turmeric, bromelain, serapeptase, and New Zealand green-lipped mussel, the clam, not the mussel. But those 4 individually, they're anti-inflammatories and they work really well. They're used all the time for things from arterial plaque to injuries, all kinds of things. But they are combined, all 4 of them, in this product. And turmeric works better with a fat, and the New Zealand green-lipped mussel is a fat. And so this is like my favorite product. I absolutely love it. I never want to go a day without it. I order extra just in case because I never want to run out. So Ease, I love it. The other one that I'm just going to highlight really quickly is X Factor. And this vitamin, I've taken lots of vitamins over the years. I've even purchased ones behind the counter at the pharmacy that were supposed to be so fantastic. I never could tell a difference. I could never, and probably they just weren't being absorbed by my body. And this is the first vitamin I have ever taken where I actually feel it. And it has aloe, which increases absorption by 300%. And every vitamin in here is fully methylated. And you probably don't know what that word is, but I know it now because I am a student of all these things. Methylated means it's highly absorbable. So all these vitamins are in their most absorbable form, and it is effective. Just today, I was checking on one of my friends who just added this to her regimen, and I just said, hey, how are you liking the vitamin? And her text back to me was, I love this vitamin. My hair has stopped falling out. She said, I feel absolutely amazing. I love it. I added it to my subscription because I never want to go back off of this. So this is the best vitamin on the market. You can't beat it. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Christine.
Christine, you're muted, darling.
Sorry.
I guess I could have unmuted, but it took me too long to figure out how.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I did not start Plexus for myself. I started it for my daughter. Actually, I had a really good friend that I trusted and I grew up with. Actually, we've known each other forever and ever and ever. She started it and she called me and said, I really think you need to try this for your daughter. I think. Anyway, so my daughter, she, ever since birth, I think she's had a lot of just challenges, just a lot of health problems and a lot of challenges. She was born very, very small. And she has had, before she was 2 years old, we met with probably 20 to 25 different doctors trying to figure out what's going on. She had so many allergies. When she was a newborn, I had to go off of a lot of food because she was so sensitive. She'd get the little baby rash right here. That's food sensitivities. And when we started introducing food, she had more food allergies and more, you name it. Like it just went on and on and on. And so we'd seen so many different doctors. And by the time she was 2, there was one doctor that we went to that said he was more of a naturopath, but he was a modern medicine as well. But he said, and this was 9 years ago, he said that he thinks she has like a leaky gut syndrome. And that was the first time I'd ever heard of that. And she was 2. And I could not believe, after he explained to me what it was, that a 2-year-old could possibly have that. So he put her on a really strong probiotic. So she's been on probiotics since she was 2 years old, just trying to heal her stomach. We spent so much money on probiotics. I just gotta say, I noticed little improvements. That's it. But I was willing to take it because she didn't sleep through the night until she was 7 years old. She was constantly waking up and crying and itching and just in pain all the time. Her stomach hurt all the time. She had a lot of skin issues and a lot of health problems. So yeah, we've seen specialist after specialist after specialist, lots of blood drawn on her, just trying to figure out. And so it wasn't until it was about 2 years ago. So she was 9 years old, and my friend, whom I trust and love, she suggested that we try Plexus. So anytime my daughter would have to get on a new supplement or try something new or a new diet, she was always on diets, I would go on the diet with her, or I would take the supplement with her just so she wasn't by herself. And that first week, just the pink drink, and you guys know, if you know anybody with autoimmune, you just have, if she needs to sleep, I would let her sleep. So I homeschooled her, and she wouldn't get up until 10 or 11 each day just because she needed that rest, and her body was just sore all the time. And anyway, but she was a high active, high spirited little girl. So to be down and tired all the time just was hurting her so much. So I would homeschool her and let her sleep until however long she needed. But that first week that we were on Plexus, I noticed she started waking up earlier. She was waking up on her own, not groggy, at a decent time, like 8 a.m., And I thought, that's pretty cool. And so we kept on doing the pink drink, and I was taking it with her. And things that I noticed were changing for myself, that I just thought, this just has to happen when you get older. I just have to deal with a bloated stomach every single night. Like, I'm getting older. That's just what happens. And stuff like that started disappearing on me or going away. And I was like, I feel pretty good. This is great. Anyway, fast forward 2 years. So through that, before. So she has autoimmune. So since then, she's been diagnosed with alopecia, where your hair follicles attack. So she's completely bald. But these past 2 years, she's been the healthiest she's ever been. She's gained a lot of healthy weight. She's 70 pounds now. Like, I can't even believe that number. When she was born at 4 pounds. Never could gain weight. She was like the bloated belly and the little stick arms and stick leg little kid all the time. She was very she couldn't absorb vitamins. She couldn't absorb like the nutritious food. She couldn't get any of that. And she's very healthy, very active. And I know it's because of Plexus. Like I know it. And because this is the healthiest she's ever been in her whole life. And so she's been on the triplex. We've all been on it. And I noticed with the cleanse, the pink drink first, was helping her inflammation. Like I was saying, she would have a lot of skin issues. So it helped with her rashes and her eczema. Like that first month, I was blown away, just completely blown away, because that's what would get infected, and she'd get sick, and then she'd be out for 3 weeks, and then she'd be okay, and then she'd have to, it was just this whole horrible cycle. And so I noticed the sleeping, and then I noticed the skin, and then I noticed that she was staying healthier for longer periods of time. And it was amazing. So this past year was the first year she went back to school. She went back to 5th grade. And of course I'm like, oh no, like something's going to happen, somebody's going to sneeze on her and she's going to get sick. And she got sick once the whole school year, and it wasn't a knockout, be gone for a whole month type thing. And just a normal, it was wonderful. And so she's excited to go back this next school year. And she's normally also the summertime and the middle of winter here in Utah are really hard on her and her skin. And she did have another kind of hard time in July with her skin, because Plexus doesn't heal and she's not perfect. But from what it's compared to, and the 3-week skin problems in July compared to what it was waking up bloody every single night, it's 98% better for all of us. And I'm so grateful that she's still on it and she still has it. And for all of us, my stomach problems are gone. My skin and my hair are better, everything. We're just, it's a lifesaver, and we're in it for life, and I love it. So that's our story. But and I was going to talk about Active. So when they announced this at convention, I went right out and bought some. And I was like, I just got to try it and see, because I'm not big on the whole energy drink market at all. But I'm a believer in Plexus, just like I was saying. I love their products, and everything I've tried, love it. And so I just remember walking around in the MGM after drinking my Active and just feeling really good. And I don't know, you guys, I just feel like I could go for a run or something. This feels really good. I'm not a runner, but I just had that. It wasn't jittery at all, and it wasn't like I got to calm down, I don't know what's going on, but I just felt like I had a little skip in my step, and it was amazing. So I'm still too new to both of these things, but I wanted to highlight some of them. So what makes Active give you that boost is the natural sources of caffeine, which is the green tea extract and the yerba mate. And they don't give you the jitters, and it's a natural energy. And it gives you this awesome mental clarity and focus as well when you drink it. And it was wonderful. So it has, sorry, I'm just going to try to look real quick. All of the awesome, there's no artificial colors, no sweeteners, no preservatives. And then it has, sorry, I lost my, all the antioxidants that are in it. There's turmeric, there's blueberry, there's tart cherry, there's kale. And so all of those in your bodies, they help you to give you that natural kickstart that you need, and helps you also to not crash right after. And so the next morning I wasn't so groggy or beat up or anything after I took it. And I took it every single day at convention and fell right asleep just fine and woke up just fine. It wasn't like I was needing it again, or I needed a cup of coffee. I didn't need it at all, but I just felt it and noticed it. And it was awesome. And then the next that I was going to talk about, and this is really new to me. I've only tried this a few times, so I'm just going to explain what it is.
Well, actually, Christine,
oh, sorry.
sorry, we're over our time. So is it okay if we'll just refer everyone back to the group? We've highlighted balance on there, so you guys can check out the balance on there as well. But let me just jump on here. I hate to cut us short. Sorry. I get so into the stories. I'm like, oh, it's just, doesn't that just bring you so much hope and excitement? And I just love all the details, and they're all so different, you know. Tava's story is so different from Christine's, who is so different from Janelle's, hers so different from my own. And we all have, it's been life-changing for us and our families, all in such different ways. And so we just want to encourage you, like, why not you? Where could you be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, if you really, really took the plunge and made this a priority in your life? I guarantee, you know, you will thank yourself 1,000 times over. I absolutely believe that God had his hand in the development of these products, and they are just changing lives in the most amazing way. We're so grateful. We're thankful for your time. We'll go ahead and shut off the recording at this point, but if you do have some questions, then you're welcome to hang out and ask us. And then when I post the recording in the group, if you do have questions, you can go ahead and comment with your questions. Tag me, tag Janelle, whoever that you want to ask questions about their testimonial, what products are they taking and how much and all that, whatever you want to know. We're an open book, and we love to share, because we are all about, like, helping change lives one pink drink at a time, which is what Plexus does. So thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for you girls that shared your stories. They are so inspiring. I'm so grateful that you guys are here, that you're part of this amazing journey. And God bless everyone. Have a good night, okay? Thank you so much.